Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was talking about before. Alright. So we have to come switch position. Alright. Lord is the one that spoke about all these things before, and the spirit of the prophet subject to the prophet. Alright. Corinthians chapter 14, somewhat taken out in Martin the Jewish.
I don't want to go and spoil your name and come and do a foot.
So starting with the apostles, we have been here every week, right, doing videos on theory, and the Bible, and prophesying that these things will come to pass. Right, but you take us for madmen, men who are false prophets, unlearned men, alright? Men who just coming out here, they don't talk, we are nothing better to do, alright? But it was always in our spirit to speak and to prophesy these things. Okay?
First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For power is not an author of confusion.
Yes, these men, they will always come back into their law. Alright, and since the street had come out from Westwood, even with Abu Bidden's, right, Ella Abu Bidden's high priest area, Ella Apostle all the way down. Alright, they have been prophesying the downfall of this kingdom and how it will go out. Right, the bear and that eagle will go in and fight. Okay? And we see that the things were prophesied in the book of Revelation, speaking, matter of fact, Revelation 1, chapter 1,
The book of Revelation 1.
Most I in the utter confusion, because what he not going and confuse us. Alright? Unto us is given unto us to know the mystery. Right?
In the book of Revelation 1 and verse 1, it says, the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which Yahweh gave unto him.
Yes, so Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, gave this revelation unto his son Yahweh Shai, where
to show unto his servant things which must shortly come to pass.
right, and we, in this stead, we stand up as the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Who will bear what must maybe.
We said that already earlier in our second edition, because they are faithful and true. Alright, go ahead.
You know what it says? And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John.
Says that he signified it unto his servant, right? John. Alright? So, is an order. So these angels, sometimes when we fall asleep, Yahweh Shem Yahushua seen his instructions into us by sending these angels to prophesy things to us. And before the very day that Russia invaded Ukraine, alright, I dreamt from running from people in uniform, right? And my wife had that dream the same day as me and the day before, okay? And other brothers, and even I talked to a sister, and she said that what she dreamt the same thing from 2 months ago. A lot of people actually having that dream of having to run from police and stuff. And that is what? That is the martial law that is going on actually take place. When these people go and play, they try to cool down things were going on here. Because the whole world will actually be in hysteria, alright, when this thing fully break out. They might have an ease and stuff, but with the scripture say when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction going to come upon these people. And when he said in the book of Jeremiah 4 and verse 20, it says that what? Destruction upon destruction is cried. So from one trouble, and next trouble, then another, and then another. The Lord will not compress all these plagues of Egypt upon this world. Because why? It is about 7 times the more evil than the past Egypt, than the past Babylon, than the past Sodom and Gomorrah, past Assyria, alright, and all these other wicked kingdoms are coming down. So the Lord will not compress everything. That's why they said it will not have a super hyperinflation. Alright? One more verse.
You know, it says in verse 2, who bear the record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Yeah, so blessed be he that readeth. Alright, and that is why we always inside our word. Okay? We always read it. Sometimes spirits will try to come wrong and follow whatever the case is. But so long we pray and say about Shem Yahshai for that strength. And because we read and hope by Yahweh Shem Yahshai, we read it, understanding, and we stick to the doctrine that we learn from the apostles, we will be blessed. And we hope that even if we end up in a FEMA camp and we get put to death, we pray that the Spirit of the Lord and that the angels strengthen us. Or at the time of trouble, that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshai will hide us underneath his wings. But you see the rest of you niggas who are unfaithful, as the scripture said, and you people going to die in your unfaithfulness. Alright? You don't put your trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You put trust in carnal things that you people could see. His technology, his swords, guns, he big weapons. So America went out, win them thing. America greater. Yeah, but even Assyria fell. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, thought that what Babylon wasn't going to fall. That's why he made a statue full of gold. Well, hey, where's his kingdom now? Where's the Medes and the Persians now? Where's Alexander the Great and his diadoches? Alright? Where's the 12 Caesars of Rome? Alright? These kingdoms fallen. So right about now, we in the stead of the iron and the mercury clay. Alright? Somebody had a piece up on this side.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28. Starting at verse 7. It says, nevertheless, hear thou know this word that I speak in thy ears, and in the ears of all the people, the prophets that have been before me and before thee, of old prophesied both against many countries.
Both against?
Many countries.
Prophesied both against many countries. And hey, when we out here, we always call it names. We always on America case, we on Russia case, we on we on more case. I know brother Burra can't wait to see Elam fall. That brother don't like Elam. Alright? Fucking Elam. You understand? We on Iran against Saudi Arabia. They wicked as hell. Right? Those so-called princes of Ishmael who Esau mingle himself amongst. Against these so-called African countries. We speak against all you countries. But we speak against 2/3 of our own people, and you wicked Negroes, male and female and young and suffering child. Alright? We speak against all the wickedness of the earth. But who we out here for? As the apostles teach us through the scriptures, we out here for the hopeful elect. The men with the same mindset to fear and to love Yahweh Shem Yahshai.
Right.
But for the rest of you people, you don't have 4 kinds of death that going to put you on. And famine is the worst.
Son.
Okay? Famine is the worst. And all these plagues that was not written in the book are going to come upon you people. Coronavirus wasn't written in the book there.
But I write it such as to the farming,
And if I'm not mistaken, the Wuhan lab have about 3,000 different viruses they're working on. Every year or every 6 months they could treat people with a virus. But they're trying to get the world population down to 500 million. Written on the Georgia guy's suits. Good.
Moving on. Prophesied both against many countries.
Hey, you see when this thing heats up more, you people don't come looking for the madmen. The most of them be hiding us away. Alright? Because we have been speaking about these things for years. And you people take us to no, well, watch it, not gonna happen. Just now. Because guess what? They could still have peace talks. They could still have diplomatic meetings where they could cool down everything. But wait until the Most High bring back them 4 angels that hold in the 4 corners of the wind. You people going to be looking for these men. Well,
this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake.
Yeah, we're fools for Hamashiach's sake. Because you know why? The Lord gave us a promise, and our promise is a comfort to our fool, and we take comfort in the Lord's promise because we know His words are sure.
Good.
Alright? If the Lord said He's going to save us who do His will, that have faith in His Son, alright? He's going to deliver them. That's right. You can't know if, they don't have no but, no maybe, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not a liar.
That's right.
Yeah, Jesus is a liar. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not a liar.
Done.
Alright, Jesus up here trying to take all of the Lord fame, who is a black man. Give you a blonde hair man with pale eyes, and you people thinking he is nothing. But Yahushua is the one who died on the cross, not Jesus.
That's right.
Right? Yahushua is the one that come forth for you. Yahweh is the one to part the Red Sea, not Jehovah. All the people they call the pagan gods. And Jah stuff, alright. Jah, as Brother Kwam does say, there's nothing but a mug does bless you with juice. And probably a cup of tea in the morning. Alright, go ahead.
Moving on. Book of Jeremiah chapter 28. Moving on. Prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war.
And America is a great kingdom. As the big brother Marcus always say, when we come out here, we speak treason against the America. Because America will fall. And it has no more rising.
That's right.
Exactly. Alright? You could show how much yeast and bacon and powder down inside of the America and going to rise. Alright? Good.
Moving on.
And China think they are next. They're not going to rise. We're going to stamp on the head of that serpent also. Well.
Right now, Russia is buffed up to you.
Flexing muscle right now.
Well, see, he getting through. Yeah, it's our rumors. Talks that he planning to invade our next country. Right? Which might be Poland. He don't have the troops in Belarus already. And you see anytime they play mad, sending them things to Latvia and them kind of things. So like, yeah? Finland and Poland. I just have a strong feeling they go to Poland. Then Poland right there to Belarus. And they're supposed to bring in some weapons there in Poland from Germany to Ukraine.
Somebody, Russia will not stop it now. Let's stop it now.
They might try to take back over the whole Soviet Union. And since NATO playing mad up in the air war, I will come. Since all they're not keeping to the treaty, best me ain't keep to the treaty neither. So if all they advances every minute to the east, guess what? I will advance more to the west. War is war, anytime a war is war, they have no way to call it, you know. No rules, you know. You understand? Is either you're with me or you're against me, because guess what? If somebody got to take over, because America has nuclear capabilities, certain countries, UK, they have NATO have countries also inside nuclear capabilities. So guess what? The policy is advancing more. Or if that's the case, I know they're going to try to take me down somehow. So you better go all out. Better go all out.
Like a madman.
The WhatsApp chat out there for where they share Biden and these other president signing up on their bodies. They say on top, the Russian man bad.
Yeah, but then too, when you see a weak world leader such as Biden don't know he has some blood in elbow. He has to go for a cognitive test. You understand? Because the cognition ain't good. So, yeah, what? That's Russia really play their hand. China go be the more the economical way they call it. I go be the military might. You understand?
There's some men. When you tell them you're gonna kill them, and then go sit on ponder and get job. And then I'm man like kill them from their body. And I believe because before Russia do this invasion of America, a lot of things about them. Go and do it now. So I believe when they actually them tell Putin something, that Putin they actually take it into consideration and do this before, and he just put it forward.
If I can say something, Max. When I be in hibernation, and they go on here poking. When they wake you up,
Yeah, I problems. You take him, he out and he will call it. They only sleep that day, I think for them back when I'm pissed them.
Oh, I'm not going back and sleep no time soon.
that won't going on there. They cook you there.
Don't do so. Sleeping inside of there, the Lord do so take his stick. Come, wake up. Yeah.
That was like angel and God sent. I was on the best and then talk to the air and the eye to bottle. That's all else was saying.
Like they're going to find out. Is that what we're doing? So last time, that thing.
Moving on, Jeremiah chapter 28, and verse 9. Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets which prophesy of peace.
All right.
When the word of the prophets shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh had truly sent him.
Yeah, so basically, you know something? We like bad news, Barrett. We always come bearing bad news. Alright? Bad news for always good news for us. You understand? So we don't care. You can you know people say these madmen talking.
It's a pleasure.
Say hey.
Yeah.
You can't but you're gonna kill all the money for all the physics, you know. Hey, thank you. That good news first. Bad news for you.
You have to bow or die. Be like, well, today my knees.
I ain't feeling like oh gosh, with my back everything. I ain't feeling like a bow. You understand? Hey, we don't go the bitty man. Yeah, we don't bow to the bitty man because the whole kingdom. Imagine all the going and put in Eternals. Well, they must put the Jake as a smart one, hype him up, but he had to be the homo. Right. You understand? Out of everything, he had to be the homo and the emotional one who hear about the emergence and he just vex. All of the Satan guy have beat the whole thing. Some things I want you to be for guy. You know, and they say beat you. Yeah, you know. So yeah, we don't have good news for you either, man. You're going in chains. Alright?
That's good news for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That they're going in chains, that's good news for us.
God, somebody could bring even Isaiah 149. Read that we start taking last 3 verses. Psalms 149. The shot.
Psalms 149.
Yeah. Scripture said the day when I come that the earth when I drink to and fro like a drunkard. Right? And then the Lord when I come to put the post and the high ones into captivity and to chains. And I'm going back to the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller. Now we know that they're going, obviously they're going to have indignation against the men of the Lord. You're going to come down at us with all things, but we are forewarned. Oh, you see, we were forewarned by the Lord that these things will happen. That is why Scripture says when you eat this roll, it's going to be sweet, right in your mouth, but in your belly you're going to be bitter. Because the things you have to go through, and one of the reasons why the men of the Lord have to go through these kind of things, because they sin against the Most High. At the end of the day, we know that you're going to get payback. Give me first Thessalonians, I think it's 5 and 3. Alright. What is Psalms 149?
Right.
Good. Well, the last 3 verses.
Last 3, should I 7, 8, 9 or? Yeah, 9. This is Psalms 149. Verse 7, it says, to execute vengeance, let the light praise of the Most High be in their mouth, and to engage two-edged sword in their hands.
Yeah, the praises of the Most High be in our mouth, and in our what?
Two-edged sword in their hand.
And right about now, we using the words of the Most High. We take it down the kingdom spiritually. Right? And that is the two-edged sword I write about now, that piercing through you Edomite's kingdom. Because why? By faith we believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai actually taking down this kingdom because we have faith in it. Alright? Well,
we not to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen. And the head of the heathen is the Edomites. Right? Mainly Amalek, the head tribe of Edom. One who's funding all these wars, right? Amalek, when you go into one of the Strong's concordance, they will tell you that Amalek means warlike, and that is why the word is always underneath war. Another interpretation of the name goes back to vampire or those who lick blood, because these people, they strive, these Amalekites, they strive for war, all right? They strive for war. That is why you see, one of the mothers said that, what if my sons did not want war, they wouldn't have war, forgotten him. But that is one of the mothers for the Rothschilds. Alright, go ahead.
Moving on, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind the kings with chains.
Yeah, punishments upon these people. Joel 3 and verse 1, it says that what? Most High coming to bring you people into the valley of Jehoshaphat and plead people for his people's sake. Right? And you people mainly, as we were talking about before, Amalek or Edom, right? The people who the Most High have indignation forever. Right? Because you are that spirit of Cain. Right.
Moving on, to bind the kings with chains and the nobles with fetters of iron.
Right. And the nobles with fetters of iron. And who had that name? Mainly call himself Lord Jacob, Lord Byron or Byron Lord Jacob Rothschild. And when you look into the word Byron or Byron, it means noble or chief. So basically, he's one of the chief in the house of Esau, right? Especially he have a lot of history and knowledge about his ancestry. And the next thing, hey, the man even said this whole C19 thing is just a distraction. And you see what's going on now. I think it was he and his daughter was talking and said this whole C19 is a distraction. You hear it from the horse's mouth. Well,
verse 9, it says to execute upon them the judgment written this hour, and have all the saints praise ye the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yeah, it's one of all the saints praise ye Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's what we're doing.
Those are Micah chapter 3, 2 and 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hands.
Right, because they have the finances. Right, they have the multi-billionaires underneath them. But these people were trillions. As we was watching me and brother Kwam, right, we was watching some old videos from where Ella Apostle Taha and Ella Apostle Gabada used to do the works before, I think it was New York, 34th Street. And he was mentioning about Donald Trump. And basically Donald Trump is going to be $2 billion whatever the case is. If you're not worth certain billions, they ain't really not there to you. Really actually he ain't really benefiting the Rothschilds. You understand? Because really actually he ain't in that standard of a billion. And basically what they just call the billionaires, the disciples or the The disciples or prophets are the Rothschilds, but some so. Think it's disciples. Alright, because guess what? These Rothschilds actually own you because you have their money. So long as you deal with that FI and that paper money, that belongs to them. Their father, Amshel the Rothschild, created lasted money. Well, even though they say it have a history that it goes far back as the Chinese in one of the dynasties, right? But Amshel the Rothschild actually picked up and all these banks in Europe, you know, he and the children and them get that power. Alright? So really and truly, these millionaires being called a millionaire is nothing now. You understand? And you Jake's not going to be up in, really up there in that billionaire category neither. Right? You Jake's have to stay on a leash. You could only go that far. That far. Well,
Right, it goes on to say, it says, verse 2. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
right, so earlier I was talking about what Bill Gates doing and other billionaires. They're buying up houses, farmlands there in the United States. Right, they covet fields. Well, right now they covet in Russia. You understand? And Russia will be coveting back because all of them is blasting dynamite. Alright? All these people, the resources, what I was talking about what they do Gaddafi. Alright, earlier. Well,
Yeah. It says, and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
look what they're doing in Africa. Right? The Most High give them that land. Right? As the Apostle has said before, all it belong in Mount Seir. Right? So Most High killed it. All it just only basically all over the place because of that prophecy.
What about the natives? The natives inherit that land, and
Yeah.
what you so do, they covet the land.
Um,
Right? Covet is the one, take something that is really not yours.
and break all of the peace treaties.
You know, so scriptures. Esau clearly fit the description, so like,
Yep.
I was saying that was about 380 something
it says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh, power, behold, against this family do I devise an evil from which they shall not remove your neck, neither shall they go haughty, for this time is evil.
Because this time is
Evil.
yeah, this time is evil. This is an evil time. Right? Because we live in an evil time, that's why men of the Lord have to constantly pray, hoping that Yahweh Shami and Shai will take with that oil. You understand? That charity, that very love, right? That wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that fear, you know. Now ain't the time to go back and sleep, because you're gonna wake up dead. Somebody was saying you don't know you wake up dead, but you don't.
Wake up in the next life.
Yeah. Understand?
Precept.
Psalm 119 verse 43 says, take not the word of truth uttered out of my mouth, for I have opened thy judgments.
Yes. Take not the word of truth out of my mouth. You know what to go and speak other doctrines that you haven't heard of that which was learned from the apostles. Because we could see through the spirit, thank God for the spiritual eyes, and thank God for actually placing us amongst the elders and the apostles. Some men we used to watch like Nathan thing from IUIC before. Used to watch GeoCC and things. Alright, but hey, really and truly you learn that you don't grow in these guys. Alright? They don't have no understanding. The apostles actually preach the understanding of the scriptures. They'll tell it read, they'll tell it, hey, all kind of things just to do what make you grow. They're always diligent. Look at the leaders of these other Israelite camps. They have no zeal, they have no favor, they have no fire for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Taking day away, the apostles, the prophets of the ancient days never take no day off. Alright? The words was always in the mouth. So don't take the word of truth out of your mouth. Don't be like these Christians who are always on prophet. Don't let nothing, basically beguile you. Especially in these last times. Now is not the time to go back into the word. Let that destruction come upon these heathens and put towards our jail and pray for the mercies of Yahweh Hashem shall be upon you and your house. Right?
Ezekiel chapter 24 verse 1, it says, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the shepherds, Woe to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks?
Yeah, the shepherds should feed the flock. And how you feeding the Lord's flock is by teaching them the truth. Alright? Because if you find that the words were found and I did eat them, I think that is in no, that's in Jeremiah. But Job did said thy words was more than my necessary food. You understand? So guess what? Man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh shall that man live. Because the Most High actually guides you on how to live and give you instructions on how to move out here in this world. Right? Also he gave dreams, just like brother earlier was talking about a dream that was keep on harassing him and the Most High revealed it. Right? And just that we dream dreams and we know those dreams coming to pass. Hey, and I was even talking about sometime in 2018 I dreamt about the pandemic and didn't even fully understand it until it happened. You understand? Because we hear people running on people in well, doctors uniform and syringes for. I thought it was actually the implementation of the MOTB, but not knowing that what they're going and try to force maximize everybody. You understand? And it was revealed in 2019. So hey, the Lord showing you that dreams coming to pass like that. Brother Makaza was talking
No.
Oh, Brother Makaza was talking about some years back. He dreamt that people was keeping carnival in their house. And look at that, it come to pass. They were keeping carnival in boxes. You understand?
And not only that, during the stages of the so-called pandemic, people was actually fasting in the house.
I remember that a virtual
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, men dreams coming to pass. And hey, that's it, the dreams now you have to get frightened.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's Psalm 51. And I'll start from 8. It says, Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice.
Right, we say, make me to hear joy and gladness. What's that joy and gladness? The brother did a class earlier also today, where, what's the title again?
Come here, the nation, show up the land voice.
Yeah, can the other nation show up the last voice? Right, in our scripture it says, we are dying. Thou will never bear fruit over them. Hey, that's beautiful. So what's the way out? Because I'm going to remember. You understand? For we are called by thy name. That is Isaiah, I think, 63.
Yeah, the last verse.
Yeah.
Second to last verse, I think.
God, we are dying. Those never called by their name. And that joy and gladness, because we live so long here, so much things unseen. They say we come from Africa and they'll show you Ethiopia, they'll show you Congo, certain worshiping places, people still in some men still with what you call it, like some string up the backside. So and they'll say what all there was once savages and we basically civilized all there. So we always had what? A kind of dumb spirit about ourselves, not knowing our ass from our elbow. Alright? So that is something that was actually spells that they actually cast upon the whole house of Israel, right? Through the television, through the music, the gangster rap and all these kind of things. So we think, hey, it have nothing better in life to do but to be a nigga, to kill a brother, to bad mind a brother and these kind of things. But what scripture read over that part?
Psalms 51 and 8, it says, Make me to hear joy and gladness.
Yeah, make me to hear joy and gladness. What the word gospel mean? Good news. Right? And who is this given for? The Israelites. Who are the Israelites? The Negroes, Latinos, and natives. The people who they cast off on the worst on the face of the earth. Alright? They'll show you in Haiti where they're working voodoo. So really actually they show you that nothing good. But they ain't gonna go back to the dark ages. In the time of the Byzantine Empire where Jake was ruling. They'll never tell you that King Solomon, the wisest man on the earth, was a Negro. They'll tell you King David was a ruddy man thing, but what goes back to his brown skin, right? They never tell you that Yahweh Shai, who the world is going to call Jesus Christ, is a Negro man, and that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were Negroes. So that is spell. But guess what? Make me to hear joy and gladness. So the Messiah open our ears to hear this. Scripture says, what then had Israel obtained that which he seeketh for? But the elect had obtained it. And we glad that we have ears to hear, that we have eyes to see. Yahweh shall talk about that in Matthew chapter 5. He said that what? Blessed are your eyes when you are see. Blessed are your ears because we could hear. Hey, Yahweh shall say we forefathers were pray to see these things. But we living in the time that hey, we might be standing up here and see Yahweh shall coming with the shout of an archangel and bringing in terrible damnation on the enemies. Right? Go ahead.
It says, hide thy face from my sins and blot out all mine iniquities.
Yeah, every day we sin. Words, thoughts, deeds, and sometimes you think about something like, boy, I wonder if the Lord will punish me. But is that faith? Because what the Lord said in Isaiah 59 verse 1, somebody going to have to real quick, Babukasha.
Yeah.
Just for paraphrase, Babukasha.
Okay.
Quick, Babukasha.
Gonna have it.
Word.
In the book of Isaiah 59 and verse 1, it says, behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save.
Right, the Lord's hand is not short that it cannot see. Alright? Meaning what? No matter basically what you do, so long say you're bruising knees and you cry or you even wake up in the morning on your bed, acknowledge Yahweh Hashem. Sometimes you get up in a haste, right? I speak for myself, sometimes you get up in a haste, say what I think before you even pray, but during the day, make your prayers known to Yahweh Hashem. Because sometimes the spirits try to make you forget. But guess what? Pray unto the Lord. And the Lord will hear the prayer. Hey, isn't it true that promise? If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray, didn't he say that he will hear from heaven? He'll heal the land and heal the people. Right now, as we were talking earlier, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai getting on bad for me in Russia and Ukraine. The Lord stirring up war. We say I should stop war like a man of jealousy. That's what's going on. These people can't see it, but we could see it. We know the Lord bringing destruction. The scripture says, many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. And he's doing it again.
Yeah.
He's doing it again. As Kwam said earlier, Yahweh Hashem Shai renewing his vow unto Israel. We once went off playing the harlot, serving other gods. Right? The Lord even says, Sodom and Gomorrah, shame on we, because we perfected sin. Right? He saw us actually come to us, give us an idea and say, nah, add a little more salt. That is for that cheat. Add a little more salt in the wickedness. The brother showed us a video earlier with boondocks. Where I was talking, I fella say, if I want you, I get you. Because he don't do the
Easy way or the hard way?
The hard way, and I blast
Faggot?
Yeah.
That real right, you know?
Yeah.
Can. Jail, yeah, can. Yeah.
Man, see, he like booty.
Like booty, yeah.
Right? So the man actually gave you legs to go with it. Why you saw my just try to blast it hold you down with a knife in your neck. But guess what? Jake can actually entice you with the words too. Why you think we just get girls that because the real men just legs off girl, you know. Girl head. Yeah. So sweet mouth.
If I can interject, you know watch out, we saw the season week. We saw it on the back.
No flavor.
Sometimes you don't season nothing at all.
Just chop it on the bread.
He said, just go.
And put even medium raw. You understand?
Why not come out with this sauce like Maggie?
Yeah.
And they learn how to play the natural things inside and make it perfect.
Done.
When you write them up that salt, anything will taste good.
Hey, like watch all them does you know sometimes the cooking is the mood and also yeah. What? Soul food. What? Yeah. That is where they actually get the term from. Right? So
Try getting your wife back and let she cook for you. And then let she be happy and cook for you. You will always realize it are two different tastes in the food. It all coming down to the straight opinion.
That's my wife. Hey, baby,
Yeah, I actually see a thing. But watch it, if you really get my thing without book, she gonna share. That's not chip. I have brain malfunctions and everything with them, yes. But look, it's so when they need a flour, they might have this machine, they take and bring in the dough and then thing it. Wait, I see my grandmother need flour from scratch and the thing whatever. Set that there.
A woman who baking a coconut bake can never be seen like them coconut baking buying in them bread pack and thing where they be at.
And with the word metropolis meaning ready metropolis. Metropolis I think it means ready made or some kind of thing. Okay. Yeah.
I never look into that. But yeah, but that's a serious thing.
Because everything done paid already, you know.
Right.
Most of them things recipes that somebody make up and pour up, you know? Not the original.
Yeah, Jacob thing.
Meat for
Need a little more salt. Need a little more cinnamon. Alright, yeah.
And too.
Yeah.
I don't eat the onion again.
Understand? And that Jake, right? You'll continue in the precept when you finish up.
Can. It says Umiogan.
Done.
What you had again?
Isaiah 59:1.
Alright, go hold off.
Right? It says verse 10. It says, create in me a clean heart, O power, and renew a right spirit within me.
Create in me a clean heart or cleanse my mind. Right, Psalms 119 verse 9, where we call, yeah, you could go ahead, alright. I just always find it very spiritual that Allah Apostle Taha is actually the leader of Great Millstone, because Taha means clean. You understand? So I just always watch that spiritual. Alright, Taha means clean. Right? So hey, that is a cleansing. That to clean your house, and Allah Apostle Taha does that.
I don't know brothers will see it, but what, anytime I watch him, the Apostle Taha, he does look like he have a glow.
Correct. No. Especially now he and Allah Apostle go back, and Allah Apostle Ariana, you know, well, Allah Apostle you can't have the problem, so you can't really grab there. But when you actually see it, you actually see the glow. And them men, hey, and sometimes when you notice certain men after a certain age, they actually get there. My mother, I went and did the same toilet I went to fix. My mother said, well, that agree, yeah, I said, what? But I look me and see it, it's like cursing, you know. I was saying, hey, but let break coming in, man. You understand? I cursing, you know. I mean, I won't all agree, but you know, a little thing, so yeah.
Meaning that the word metropolis.
Yeah.
Metropolis means mother, and polis means city, so mother state or mother city. Made for a woman then.
Made for a woman?
Made for a woman.
Oh yeah, you know, Esau was always trying to get Rebecca love too, but
everything already ready made.
yeah.
You know, they had these kind of machine, and all these things are ready made for a woman.
Yeah. So it's a kind of, yeah, that is one thing he craves for, that convenience. He wish he could be like the Most High, just, you know, sit down and just background orders, but it ain't gonna happen. The time come and we tell you, here is the scene, you will scrub with floor, and we're gonna have a whole court. You understand? And you have to use a toothbrush. And we want it within 2 hours. So that too, a good idea. But his saliva, like saying, his saliva might be tainted blasted gold, so you might have to take it.
It goes on to say, it says, cast, verse Psalm 51 and 11, it says, cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me.
Yeah, that's why it's very, very important to pray for forgiveness. I remember I sinned. It's a man who called him the Lord Elias said, I have not sinned. Right? All of us have sinned and come short of the glory of Yahweh Shem and on a daily basis.
That whole Psalm 51 that we're talking about, putting this from the beginning to the end.
Good.
Right, it says, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation and uphold me with thy free spirit.
Yeah, restore to me the joy of your salvation. When you know, Lord, you're coming to save me. And reassurance. With them words of comfort. Because if I stay here, I will rock. You understand? I'm not rock basically in the sense of not rock basically in the sense of you know, the care, but what the spirituality and the morality. Alright? You know what? Long I stay here, you might cease to be spiritual. Satan just know how to send them. There you go.
That is it. No, that's it.
Psalm 119.
Somebody anything there? You had a precept, Quada?
Yeah, Psalm 119.
This is Psalms 119 and verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Word.
By taking heed thereto according to the word, to thy word.
Yeah, by taking heed. And then you hear the key point by taking heed. They told you not by hearing the words. Scripture said, not the hearer the word will not be justified, but the doer. Be not a hearer of the word, but a doer of the word. Alright? Hey, it will have times you'll fall short, but pick back up yourself and go. Alright, don't, hey, scripture talk about don't let your sins weigh you down. Alright? Don't be a presumptuous sinner. Alright? But when you sin, don't let that, all you're dumb, you're out, boy, I got trouble here in my prayer. So where's your faith? Where's your faith in Yahushua Mashiach? Alright? He come and died on the cross for nothing. Look at the last hour somebody was saved. He said, Lord, remember me in your kingdom. He said, this day thou shalt be with me. Right? Who knows where he was when Yahushua was preaching for them 3 years? Out of his 33 years. You understand? But it's at the last hour he believed.
Yes, sir.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith, not by sight.
We walk by faith and not by sight. You understand? By believing in. Hey, every brother have the demons with. But the thing about it is you fighting the man. You understand? And fighting ain't just a physical fight, but it's spiritual. And guess what? You always have the Lord there to help you fight spiritually. Right? Anybody else have precepts to bring on your bring it out? By faith.
This is
Yahushua is there as a strong and mighty one.
in Romans 10 and 16. It says, but they have not all obeyed the gospel, for Isaiah said, Lord, who had believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
And that is why the Apostle Paul had to post on Galatians. He said, do you believe because of the works of the law or by the hearing of faith? You understand? So it was by the hearing of faith. How much of us know we as an Israelite how they was doing the law in the first place? They don't have shit we are doing outside of the truth. But by hearing of faith and by resonating it to our spirit, that spiritual link. You understand? Faith coming by hearing. And hey, so we by their faith. What law really and truly you have to keep another 10 times into the kingdom? You understand what law? Well, go and sacrifice a goat again, because that's going to get in trouble. But if you go and sacrifice a goat, I think to say it's a sin sacrifice, you know what? Then it come like you have no faith in Yahushua. So where's your faith? You understand? That's when I come like that offering come like a sin where no live. Because it has certain Israelites, they go back to the land and they sacrifice them. They don't believe in Hamashiach. They don't believe in Yahushua. Alright? So it's by your faith. The scripture says Abraham believed and it was accounted unto him as righteousness. Because why? He believed the words of Yahushua. So it's not by the law. It's by faith. Lord, I believe what you say. If I continue in this, would I be faithful? If I believe in the only begotten Son, and I try my best to walk, I might walk perfectly, but by having faith, that is your perfection. By walking in faith is your perfection. Right? So it's not by no law, but the law was given to us because it was a gift. Go ahead.
Second Maccabees. You are presenting, right?
Hey,
well.
And as he quoted Maccabees, I'll say it again. Apparently, and Brother Kwam said the same thing, probably Judas Maccabees was losing faith because that, as I mentioned it again, as he go to make that league with the Romans, he died in battle right after. And all the time, Judas Maccabees 8,000 men strong. And they come up against our usually minus 8,000 from 100,000. And the men make 100,000 men run from them until it's at that time one of the I can't remember if it's Nicanor, right, who hated the Jews, right, coming with at least 1 million people strong. And I think with that 1 million, that is when they hired the Indians to come with the big elephants, which most likely today they will call mammoths or mastodons. Alright? But all the time, Judas Maccabees, hey, and it's at times they go to battle and not one man dead. You know what kind of battle that them men and them, but you go and look to make league with what? The Romans, then after that, they died. But he was a valiant man, you know? But all the time he was showing faith.
Basically, if he should make that league with them, take down wherever he wants to take down. You can already
you could have said Romans.
You understand? And that's where the job
but it's not too long after that, coming down to the Union, that is when Pompeo, I think he moved east. And I can't remember the history properly. But that time Pompeo, Julius Caesar, and somebody else was rocking.
Alright, you have that precept? Alright, bring this. Can. First Maccabees.
Well, after that we go lock up.
First Maccabees chapter 2 and 51. It says, call to remembrance what acts our forefathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and everlasting name.
Right, and that is why it said in Isaiah 46 and 9, it says, remember the former things are old and shew yourself men. You understand? Go ahead.
Alright, so shall you receive honor and everlasting name. It says, was not Abraham found faithful in the temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandments and was made Lord of Egypt. Thanks for taking off that light. Right? It says, Phinehas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. It says, Yahushua, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb for bearing witness for the congregation received the heritage of the land. David for being merciful possess the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Mishael, by believing was saved out of the flames.
Yes, by having faith. And the people who men went to train inside the place, they get blown up. Now even I hear was squinge on them men when them men come out of the fiery furnace. Until Nebuchadnezzar had to send out of the crew. Anybody talk anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they'll be put to death. Right? Come on.
Yeah. Daniel, for his innocence, he was delivered from the mouth of a lion. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
The last hour, so long as we have faith in the Lord, Scripture said, be faithful unto death, you know, and we shall receive a crown of life. Alright, and with
It says, fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and worms.
That come like Antiochus. You understand?
Yep.
Alright, and with that, give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
The apostles are great and soon are surely do well. Citation, teacher, and everyone at Achium, and pushes gospel out in sincerity and truth. Which you have shared on the top west, and shout out to you for the left. So, what la babal.
Shalom.
What love, Abal.